That's Lars. Hi, everyone. Welcome to White Noise. My name is Robin, and I'm your host today. It's going to be an intimate little open mic, kind of my favorite. Um, it's kind of funny because the person on the flyer is Angela. She is one of our regulars here, and the only times it's like ever been just me and one other person here, it's been me and her. So I feel like she's kind of here in spirit. It's not just me and one other person though, okay? Like there's a few other people out there. Yeah, I've had an interesting day. Well, okay, so we have all new people in the crowd, so why don't I do a little introduction? Because we're also live streaming for the first time today in like quite some time. This is White Noise. We're a bi-monthly open mic based in Kingston, right out of Greenkill. We've been here for 3.5 years now. I have been hosting from day one with two other women who are now off to bigger and better things, like getting their PhD and raising a baby. And I am doing none of those things, so I'm still here. And yeah, what else? 8-minute stage time preferred, although no one's timing you except for God. And yeah, I really don't know what else to say. Usually I have a lot to say, but I'm a little tired today. I went on like 2 runs today. I don't know why. I really don't know. I had like 3 cups of coffee, so maybe that's why. But I'm here now. I have some poems. I don't know where they came from. They just appeared, and now, not now, but eventually I'll read them. But I actually wanted to start reading just a quick little poem, or maybe even just an excerpt from this book, The Fabled Dam by Andy Clausen, who I met here, actually. He was an incredible poet, really explored not only the world, but, the farthest reaches of humanity in many ways, and was a beat poet through and through, friends with Allen Ginsberg. I think he wrote a poem about, what Allen said to me in 90. In 22, he said I was a prophet. He was an amazing person, a huge inspiration of mine, supporter of me since I first started performing when I was like 18 here. And he passed 2 years ago now. And I just wanted to, pay honor to him because, that's what you do as an artist. You honor those who came before you. I don't know exactly what I'm going to read. Let's see. Bear with me. I have a lot of pages bookmarked, so I don't want to read something that's too long. Okay. All right, I'm going to read the first 2 parts of this poem. It's called Desire in Early Pandemic. Part 1. That this narcissist clown could put the world in such apocalyptic danger, misery, and tyranny is indictment of many USA people selfish and miseducated, They let it happen. Yes, you heard right. They let it happen. I want to pen, awed and adoring the magnificence of the intricate rock formations of windswept Wyoming, like millions of ancient sculptures, every shape of stone in the universe, all possibilities carved into those long mountains, the wonderful benevolence of the golden beaches of the Golden State, the infinite shades of green upstate New York spring, the magisterial austere aspen mountains of Colorado, the electric ferns of the Oregon Cascades, the intoxicating rhythms of every major city's Harlem, like Whitman, like Lorca, like Senor, like Springsteen, like Melville, like David Henderson and Lou Reed, and like Sapphire. I want to praise New York's promise and energy. I want to extol near non-polluting fuel and organic agriculture. I want to sing America the Beautiful without turning into a sobbing mess. I want to sing and tap the bongos to This Land Is Your Land. I want to have immense fun like the Beat Generation. I shudder what Alan, Gregory, Ray, Janine, Lenore, Diane, Bob, Lerner, Amiri, Jack, and Jack, and Jack, and Jack would feel alive in this moment. 2. Yes, the promise of America is being killed and fast. How could you allow this work, avoiding club gang cult of Falteroy, pansy-ass, wimpy, heartless bullies to become an institution? Superstars? I mean, look at Munchkin, McConnell, and Humpty Dumpty, POTUS, Miller, Stone, Sanders, the preacher's daughter, Pompous, Pompeo, and the bimbos. These are our torchbearers? These that commit to the committers of senseless murder, that beat innocent people and advocate it, the roided up police that become judge and jury, that administer major punishment for minor crimes, that lets all the Bosch blockheads' frustrated coitus explode with the dead ejacts of undeserved and reasonless hatred, from fist to lethal weapon. This is how they get off. Yeah, that's a bit of Andy. Yeah, he's awesome. I could read all of these and they'd all feel a little bit different, but I'm not gonna do that because there's people out here who want to perform. And I haven't looked at the sheet, so give me one sec. All right. First up is Thunderbird Jack. Welcome to the stage.
Howdy y'all, I am Thunderbird Jack. It's nice to be here in Kingston. This is my first time here. I come from Texas. And I'm gonna play a couple of songs that I wrote. All I ever wanted was a love for free. Well, I guess I gotta get it out on the street. And all I ever needed was something to use. Won't you tell me, love? Whoa, how about you? if it wasn't for diamonds, and if it wasn't for pearls, would there still be war? A war in the world. And if it wasn't for dollars, and if it weren't for dimes, well, I bet you still I'll be a friend of mine. Then across the desert I sail on a sea, and I still can't find what you say I need. You smile and you grin, you say that you got some. When I turn around, you're just a holding a gun. Thank you. Yeah, so that was called All I Ever Wanted. And then this next one is kind of inspired by like Mother Mary, or there's these like statues of Venus that are really old. But it's also kind of inspired by a Dr. John song of the same title. That sounds very different. Well, I got a big mama, I call her Mama Roo. And if you want something, yeah, she's got a few. Mama Roo, Mama Roo, yeah, she lives in the country, and she like to drive fast. If you come to see her, won't you bring her some gas? Mama Roo, Mama Roo. She got a big old kitchen and all the pots and pans. Well, she's always ready for the medicine man. Mama Roo, Mama Roo. She's got a one-eyed dog and a three-legged cat. Yeah, she got a turtle, she don't know where he's at. Mama Roo, Mama Roo. You got the devil on your shoulder, or the sheriff on your trail. Call up my big mama, 'cause she'll pay your bail. Mama, 'cause she'll pay your bail. 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 ' Cool. Thank y'all.
Thanks, Thunderbird Jack. That was awesome. You have a great voice, and I love the way you play your guitar. Really, really awesome. Some very sick twang that I don't hear much around here. Yeah, that's really... I'm such a big fan of like very specific artists that remind me of you, like Blaze Foley. Except like obviously he's not electric, but I could see some similarities. Yeah, that was really great. Next up is Maria. Also, you guys both have amazing handwriting. Oh, you know what? That's kind of impressive, frankly. So welcome to the stage, Maria.
Hello, check. Okay. Okay. Huh? No, this is great. Thank you. Hello, I'm Maria, and I have one song to play for you on the banjo. A cover of a song by our Lord and Savior Dolly Parton. Don't try to cry your way out of this. Don't try to lie, or I'll catch you in it. Don't try to make me feel sorry for you. Just because I'm blonde, don't think I'm dumb, 'cause this dumb blonde ain't nobody's fool. When you left, you thought I'd sit, you thought I'd wait, you thought I'd cry, you called me a dumb blonde. Oh, but somehow I lived through it, and you know, if there's one thing this blonde has learned, blondes have more fun. You flew too high, up way off the ground, hit stormy weather, and had to come back down. Well, I found new thread for my old spool. Just because I'm blonde, don't think I'm dumb, 'cause this dumb blonde ain't nobody's fool. When you left, you thought I'd sit, and you thought I'd wait, and you thought I'd cry, you called me a dumb blonde. Oh, but somehow I lived through it, and you know, if there's one thing this blonde has learned, blondes have more fun. You flew too high, up way off the ground, hit stormy weather, and had to come back down. Well, I found new thread for my old soul. Just because I'm blonde, don't think I'm dumb, 'cause this dumb blonde ain't nobody's fool. Thank you.
Thank you, Maria. That was genuinely such a tease because I want so much more. Wow, just wow. I really want to clip that video, make it into an MP3 and put it on my September playlist because I really loved it that much. And you have an incredible voice. And I don't know if anyone's played the banjo here before, so I was just relishing in that, craving more. Yeah, wow, you guys are so talented. Thanks for coming. The stage was blessed with your music now. And now the poetry can just ruin it now. Yeah, so up next is Andy Zine. Welcome to the stage.
Hi, I'm nervous. I hope it's okay that I'm gonna do a poem in Portuguese. That way nobody knows what I'm saying. I'm very shy on stage. But it's been kind of a journey the past year for me. I didn't know this place existed. I'm selling my house in Kingston. I've been living here for a long time. I didn't know this was happening. So I'm happy to be here and be a part of it before I go away. Okay. One of the reasons I'm on stage is because one of the people I love most is always on stage. They're a performer, and they encourage me so much in my art, so I'm trying to do more. All right. Oi, Zuzu. Tudo bem? Tirando os colapsos sistêmicos, acho que sim. Um pouco difícil por motivos de saudade. Imagino. I think I'll do a lot of projecting when it comes to feelings. Tenho tido vários momentos de questionamento sobre quem eu sou, quem eu quero ser, como quero viver. Parte de entender tudo isso tem sido esse processo de andar com as minhas próprias pernas, que na realidade é dirigir meu próprio carro para me locomover no tempo e espaço, onde a última década da minha vida me permitiu criar tanta estrutura para construir um futuro diferente de todos os exemplos que eu vi até agora. Meu cérebro tem trabalhado no modo automático para muita coisa, mas eu sinto que tem 50 abas abertas no fundo, me tirando a atenção e demandando tempo que não sou capaz de dedicar. Foco. Meu foco volta sempre para os relacionamentos que tento manter e construir a arte de tecer redes de amor, respeito, apoio, sincericídios com muito cuidado. A impressão que eu tenho é que tem um caminho longo ainda por percorrer. Aos meus 35 anos de idade, vejo que o medo de me tornar minha mãe continua influenciando muito como eu me sinto, dentro de dinâmicas de vida que me trazem gatilhos, requerem negociações, estabelecem hierarquias de vida e moradia. It all comes down to trust. For the most part, I'm capable of it, but not in a way where I trust that I won't be hurt, used, and discarded eventually. Com você eu tenho uma base de confiança que nunca antes senti. Esse saber vem de forma leve, for the most part. Tenho os meus momentos de medo e questionamento. Obrigade por não me fazer sentir culpa. Quando meus gatilhos são visíveis no meu olhar, cheio de dúvida, medo, raiva, pronto para se esconder e lamber minhas tantas feridas. Algumas ainda processos de cicatrização, por mais que eu tenha vontade de escrever tudo e me sinta pronto para arcar com as consequências de ter meus relatos, palavras e versões recebidos por outros. Estranho perceber o quanto me calei quando tudo que eu queria era gritar. O único meio de trazer tudo isso à tona foi com arte. Terapia, exercício, música, tempo, afeto, espaço. Para quem me vê de longe, pode até parecer caótico. Muitos se sentem ameaçados por não se proporem a fazer esse corre. Meu resgate e cura são escolhas necessárias para ter uma vida enraizada em verdades, mesmo quando essas incomodem outros. Meu silêncio só beneficiou aqueles que têm vergonha de suas próprias ações.
Wow. Thank you so much. Ugh. I feel like there's something about only having a few people come where it's like they make up for the large room, and you guys were all like really blew me away individually. Thank you so much for coming and reading. I wish you have been coming, all these years. I guess I'm just really bad at promoting this. I mean, it's a hard thing. I wasn't born to do that. I was born to do this, but not that. So I try my best. But yeah, one of my best friends growing up actually was Portuguese, and hearing you read was just like brought me back to, growing up with her family. They were like my second family. I had no idea what they were ever saying, but they treated me like their daughter and made the best food ever. Oh my God. Yeah, and you read so well. And I don't even want to know what you were saying, honestly, because it was so beautiful the way it was. And I love when people read in other languages. We don't have that enough here. Like, who cares if no one can understand, right? Yeah. Okay, well, now I'm going to read. I have a few poems. I tried to read, like, all relatively new stuff, which is tough because I do this every 2 weeks. And I've been in a bit of a, like, slump with writing because... well, I've been in a very transitional phase in my life, and my friend put it in a way that I'm gonna steal because she referenced it towards me, so I think I can have it. But she said that I'm in my gathering stage. So I'm gathering right now. I'm still trying to create, and I have like 2 poems I wrote within the past like week and a half. This one's called Joy. You wonder how I move so easily, stealthy like a creature who knows its environment, cozied up in my own unknowing, and as comfortable as I may be, this doesn't mean I don't miss thee, that I don't think fondly of your smile and touch, A lapse of time as if it was a lifetime, but I would still hold you and tell you I love you still and not speak one lie. What it is exactly I miss of you is like the Christmas trees we throw to the curb, though we never forget their light. Even if it is the same year after year, the same twinkle, the same cradling glow, though reordered and rearranged, maybe a few replaced along the way, but their song remains the same, and it never ceases to remind us that joy is a thing that can be created. Just like warm desserts or empty afternoons laying on the grass with nothing to do and no urge to do anything. But joy, this great wholesome feeling, is so oppressively fleeting. It can never last, and that is why it is bittersweet and why it is beautiful. Thanks. Thank you. This one's called Growing Pains. I wrote this last night. The contractions of a toothache and a well of warm blood in my mouth. This is a Monday. Today you walked to the edge of the cliff and said, I'll give you 3 seconds. I'll do it, you said, I'll do it. What choice did I have but to kiss you? As if you were Sleeping Beauty and I your noble, heroic prince, saving you from eternal peril. With a diet 50% sugar, there is no room for error. The price I pay is unpleasant, but as long as it's sweet, it's worth it. I jump around the question, though you never asked to begin with. We eat autumn olives as daylight diminishes and darkness descends as distinguished as ever. I cannot blame you for loving me, but you cannot blame me for not loving you the same way. Sometimes there is no reason to embellish. No one to read the poems and no one to hike the mountain with. But still we create and still we climb as if there was ever an alternative. You call it my gathering stage, and I fill my pockets with all the unseemly sights and late nights, awake or feeling a pulse against my spine. Candlelit evenings, tobacco sizzling at dusk, sitting in the shade and writing a postcard that may very well get lost and never received. Dewy-eyed yet sweaty first hours as I regain what little consciousness I lost, stuck in some dream about a fear I possess or the taper of a bespoke dress as it descends endlessly down this Pepsi bottle body, the sound of her skin peeling off as I attempt total annihilation of this temporal and resisting gravity, forcing these lids shut and praying for a few hours, just a few hours, just a few. So those are examples of some greater unidentified whole, well-fed and rested, reading a book to relax and waking up early to go on a run, waiting for the metallic taste of life to relieve all these growing pains. Thanks. Thank you. And I just have one more. This is an older one, but I've been working on a collection of poems for since like the beginning of the year, I guess. And this is one of them. I was like reading it over last night for the first time in a while, and I was just like, you know what? I want to read this one. That's really it. It's called Day's End. And also it's weird because all of these poems are about my ex-boyfriend. I'm just realizing that right now. Day's End. The cheese shop draws the blinds and another day is ending with lungs as sore from forcing out congestion as the ocean. Oh, right. They're double-sided. The ocean whipping my windows with small pellets of promise that melt away like dollops of cream on something sweet. With all good wishes, she wrote and signed with a signature only she'd be able to understand. I place my feet against the heater, radiating waves of warmth to my toes, nestled in frayed socks from teenage years and bearing the weight of this day, which is ending. Night washing over the village like an omen. I'll take a message. Read a book of poetry before bed last night and felt a void within me I couldn't quite place. It left me wanting a fat joint and to listen to someone speak to me for hours without needing a reply. I guess that's what YouTube is for. Fuck it. Gonna nap in bed with my cat on the clock and keep hitting snooze. Gonna smell blow as soon as I walk into my room, not because it's there or ever was there, but because something within me triggered it. Triggered the scent of total servitude to a substance I once thought was my way out. Of what? Of love, life, learning, family, future, fortune, hunger, 7 a.m. mornings, silence, solace, cardiac arrest, underdeveloped breasts, water, indigestion, umbilical cord dripping with traces of the past, bloating, ink stains, cigarette breath, bills, invoices, receipts, rent, feed me, water dripping from leaky tap, remnants, pennies, quarters, nickels, dimes, $2 bills, courage, bravery, avarice, nacho cheese, refried beans, stale tortilla chips, old photos, pencil shavings, agoraphobia, thalassophobia, pile of tissues, dry skin, laundry, responsibility, commuting, 8:30 a.m., counting my blessings, head on wooden bar, pretending it will be okay, scabs on my neck, blood, bleeding, bled. Thought sorry was all I needed to make up for every transgression. Turns out I was missing the step where you wake up and pray everything will go according to his plan. Turns out the world is tilted on an axis about the angle you make as you lean over me. Your woody scent, breath on my neck, life burning a hole through my thighs from your pallid blue eyes. And I know this is all I have left, all that's holding me together. It's you, my love, your cold touch, working on property painted with history as ours is being made at each butt dial and missed call, each kiss goodbye and last forkful. I pull my fingers away from your neck and bring them to my nose, my lips. Within them, I smell the weight of all we have come from and all we will become, like lights flickering in an empty storefront. Thanks. Yeah, so that's it. Thanks for coming, for making the trek out here. It's a Tuesday in Kingston, and tomorrow it will be Wednesday. Isn't that great? What else? Oh, if any of you are so inclined to come to maybe an amazing poetry event this weekend, there is the Subterranean Poetry Festival at the Widow Jane Mine in Rosendale on Sunday from 1 to 5. If you've never been to the Widow Jane Mine, it is literally a cave, and I'll be reading poetry there with like 20 other way more established poets, so that should be really fun. Yeah, and our next event is September 30th. Don't know what day of the week that is, but you know, that's why we have calendars. And oh, David's pulling up the calendar. Tuesday. Okay, well, Tuesday, September 30th. We have a featured poet. Her name is Carly Flood. She is I don't even know where to start. She's like a local entrepreneur. Her family owns a vintage store on Broadway called Rewind Kingston. I interviewed her for an article recently. I work for a local newspaper here in Kingston, and I'm so excited to hear her perform. I've literally never met her. It's going to be great. And yeah, well, thank you guys again for coming. White Noise signing off.